What's up, Butlings? How you doing? I said in the last video that we hadn't finished the first chapter. We had. I'm an idiot. We're moving away from Sargeras for a bit and talking about some other stuff. So let's go! The Pantheon continued their mission, ordering countless worlds in the process. They were not finding any other titans though, and they were starting to feel like maybe they weren't going to. But they decided to keep going anyway. Luckily for them, a new world was taking shape. Deep within its core, a mighty and noble titan stirred. The title kinda gives it away, but I'm going to deliver this line as if it's some huge shocking twist. That world was Azeroth. The world's soul inside was so vast that it had consumed a lot of the fifth element, spirit. And without this force to maintain balance, the elementals were all a bit mental. There were 4 elemental lords reigning over lesser spirits. Alakia, the Wind Lord. He's a sneaky twat. Using minions as spies and pitting other elementals against each other. He's wind-based, so probably uses farts. He probably drops the smelly and then blames it on someone else. Ragnaros, the Fire Lord. This guy's more brash. He hates Alakia's sneaky farty ways. He's more about all-out frontal assaults. If he farts, not only does he immediately own up to it, he's proud of it, and if anyone doesn't like it, he fights them. I guess that's what we're doing, using fart analogies to describe these guys. Fair enough. Therazane the Stone Mother. Don't be confused by this title. It's not meant like Therazane the Stone Motherfucker. It's meant in the maternal sort of way. The most reclusive of the elemental lords. She viewed the lesser spirits as children and was very protective of them. She'd raise mountains to ward off enemies and open chasms to swallow entire armies. Probably did this with farts. Neptulon the Water Motherfucker. Nah, that's not his name. Neptulon the Tide Hunter. The smart one. He wasn't falling for Alakia's ruse farts. He'd used strategically placed farts to divide and conquer. These elemental wars went on for millennia. Dominion over Azeroth constantly shifting between factions, each trying to reshape the world in its own image. But victory was secondary to the conflict itself, because these guys were mental and they loved the calamity. They'd have been happy for this to just keep going on forever. At some point, Old Gods plummeted down from the Great Dark, slamming into Azeroth's surface and embedding themselves in different locations across the world. They spread their corruptive influence whilst their tendrils wormed their way deeper and deeper towards the defenceless heart of Azeroth. Organic matter seeped from the Old Gods and created 2 new distinct races. The Nraki, otherwise known as Faceless Ones, and the Akia, insectoid twats. Through these new servants, the Old Gods expanded their borders. The Nraki were taskmasters, making the Akia erect towering citadels and temple cities around their masters. The greatest of these strongholds were built around Yasharj. Yasharj! The most powerful and wicked of the Old Gods. All of the Old Gods' holdings would spread across the world and become known as the Black Empire. The Elemental Lords noticed this happening, and for the first time in Azeroth's history, they acted in unison against a common enemy. Let's get these bastards. With farts. Alakia and Ragnaros combined forces to create fiery wind. Hashtag curry farts. This fiery wind raged over the world and reduced the Black Empire's citadels to ash. Elsewhere, Therazane raised jagged rock walls, just to be included. But then Neptulon swept in, knocking the walls down and crushing the Nraki and Akia between stone and sea. I imagine he was all like, "Good thinking, Therazane. We work well together." And Therazane was like, "Why'd you bloody knock my walls down?" And then farts. Hashtag fart jokes for days. And yet, despite all this fantastic teamwork, the Akia and Nraki just kept spawning. They engulfed the land like an unstoppable plague, crushing the elemental forms. In the end, the Old Gods enslaved the elementals and their lords. Without opposition, the Black Empire covered much of the desiccated world. Constant twilight descended upon Azeroth, and the world sank into an abyss of suffering and death. Lovely. So that's it for this video. For those that genuinely have no idea, Azeroth is the planet that World of Warcraft takes place on. So there you go, there's a titan inside it. Bet you didn't know that. If you did, well done. What are you watching this video for? If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, let me know in the comments, all of that sort of stuff. All that's left to say really is thanks for watching, and see ya.